Hello, everybody. Joe Bag of Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Utawarerumono, Mask of Deception. Last time we left off, went on our bug killing quest. You know, we learned that Kuon's from Buenos Aires, and she says kill them all. So that's what we're off to do with our brand new friends whose name confuses me. It's like Ukan, I think, and what's the other guy's name? Like Marodo or something? Something like that. You know, there's a double repeating syllable in there. But, yeah. Meant to record this episode yesterday, but friend had a going away thing, so I was at their house all day after work, shooting whiskey and drinking beer, and having some good pulled pork sandwiches, so forgive me for not being able to have my butt in this chair recording, but, you know, some things just take precedence over it. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, it's a lovely Saturday afternoon, early afternoon. I don't think it's actually noon yet. Oh god, I have a bottle of rum in front of my second monitor. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. Had to move my bottle of Appleton Estate Jamaican rum. Which I'm actually gonna put that on the floor so I don't knock it over by accident. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise. It's just I like having that on my desk in case, you know, I need it for anything. You know, just in case, for emergencies. It's like keeping a jack and spare tire in the trunk of your car, you know? Just in case something comes up and you need it. But yeah, anyway, I don't really have much preamble to go off of right now, other than let's go kill some bugs while I have a nice Coors Light. We make good time cutting through the mountains, following the path up from the village. As we forge deeper in, the light from the sun overhead dims, filtered by the dense canopy growth. One of the men Kuon had treated the night before walks at the head of the company, leading the way. He still has his wounded arm in a sling, but he seems to have recovered enough to walk. Kuon walks straight behind him, whistling to himself cheerfully. Several villagers armed with farm tools follow after them, joined by Ukon's more properly equipped men. Shouldn't the more properly equipped guys be in the front? Alright. The whole assembled group chats idly as we push on, hardly anyone showing even a hint of fatigue. Also, one thing that I touched upon briefly when I was recording the last episode of White Album, Memories Like Falling Snow, be sure to go watch that too, is I've noticed I've been doing a lot of ums, uhs, likes, so I'm trying to slow down a little when I'm doing my speaking and cut those out, so that way it's a little more coherent, continuous sentence instead of just broken up bits here and there, like I tend to do, just scattershot, you know, quick flashes of thought that I immediately spit out without having any follow-up prepared. So if you like me to just ramble on like a stuttering machine gun, let me know, or if you would prefer me to, you know, take a bit of a slower pace with things, let me know. I'm not gonna start a big war down in the comments, but, you know, it's good to have some feedback every now and again. Yeah, well, Kuon's, like, full of herbs and drugs. She's just, like, chewing cocoa leaves like no one's business. Sound effects, we're bringing that down a little. Voice is at max. Because I noticed it last episode with, like, the mill grinding sound. It's just overpoweringly loud. Just absolutely covers up the character voices. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, it's like you're on a mission in any, like, open-world RPG. You gotta rummage through every single bush and, like, cabinet and barrel. That way you're never low on supplies. Oh, so yeah, walking through a snowy forest, brutal.
これだけ歩き通しだと息も上がるだろう。
Yeah, they're just going for a nice little stroll in the woods. Yeah, well, you know, he did that the other day and like the whole bottom of his foot fell off, so he can even work up the energy for a comeback as the members of the hunting party tease me. Also, you know, just bring up that you're recovering from like a life-threatening injury. You know, you're just on the rebound is all. Yep. Just sit on that Wapter cart or whatever. Yeah, like you said, it's just better than having you keel over, and then they gotta actually drag you. I hop on the cart without hesitation. As I climbed in the cart, my foot presses into something gross feeling. I look down to find Marudo pale in the face in a miserable heap. Looks so sickly, I can even tell through his thick makeup that he's not holding up very well. Well, where'd you step on him? I hurriedly pull him upright. I think you happened to him. Oh no, he's just hungover. Yeah, that's right, he got shit-faced. Fortunately, I drank in moderation last night, so I have literally no side effects. You know, it's just a couple beers and a fireball. Like I was some fucking 16-year-old girl. I let go of him promptly. And then, you know, I had to hang her out long enough for that to kind of wear off so that way I could drive back home. Because I am a responsible individual and would not drive with a significant buzz. Promise, knock on wood. Yeah, just kind of dangle him over the side so that way when he spews it doesn't get on anything. I think it has more to do with the ungodly amount of alcohol rummaging through their insides. That was one of the worst things about when I did an air show last year. You know, not flying around in it, but you know, we took our jet there with a couple guys, and we all just stayed on there to answer questions from the biggest crowds I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I thought, you know, we were gonna have it easy. You know, we're just a boring, you know, heavy lift cargo aircraft. But the entire day, it was just like line, like to the cockpit, out the back, down the ramp, non-stop. And it was pretty warm. It was early summer. But the airshow staff constantly bringing us alcohol to like do shots. Obviously not when like the crowds are there. But like first thing when we get there, then when we leave, and then we go out on the town and drink all night, and then wake up at like 5 in the morning to go do it again. I had like more like tequila and vodka flowing through my veins than blood at that point. I was so hungover for like 3 days straight. Because, you know, we never stopped. It's rough. I'm feeling you, bud. Ukon's tone is exasperated, to say the least. Oh, hush. So is he like actually, you know, technically like nobility? Probably like fairly low down, you know, ranch family nobility if he's just some fucking dude, you know, some aristocrat, bureaucrat. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, just rub his back and make sure he drinks water. Yep, play the bedside nurse. With that, Ukon moves up to the front of the company again, leaving Maruto in my hands. Like or not, you two are birds of a feather, you know, might as well get comfortable with each other. Make good company. Reluctantly, I sit down behind the hungover Maruto and rub his back. Yep, get the poison out. It's just gonna do you more damage if it stays in there. Puke and rally, dude. Puke and rally. One approaches with pills in one hand and a flask in the other. Pills. The tricky part is, you know, not throwing up the moment you take them because you've got such an upset stomach. One smiles and steps sharply away without answering the question. Whenever I got that bad, I'd always just go to the ER, and they can put it, like, in liquid form into, like, an IV bag and just squeeze it into your system. I glance around for help, but everyone looks away in unison. Also, this is my first time recording this series with my tooth. They fixed my tooth. Surprisingly, I talked about it when I was recording White Album, but, you know, if you're not following along with that series as well, I'll fill you in. Basically what happened was, I was eating a bag of Tostitos scoops, you know, the whole grain ones, and in there, a little pellet, you know, hard as depleted uranium, dense as a neutron star, of cornmeal. You know, one of those baked little rocks that it turns into. Just took a chunk out of my back molar. I didn't notice it for like a day and a half until one evening. I'm like, man, that tooth like is really hurting. And I said I'm trying to stop that. I went up to the bathroom and looked in the mirror. I'm like, oh shit, there's like a hole in my tooth. And God bless U.S. military medical system, because the very next morning, I called the dental clinic as soon as it opened, and they got me an appointment for later that afternoon to come in, get my tooth drilled, get a filling put in, and that evening, you know, just a couple hours later, it was pretty much fine. It's still a little tender, but it doesn't hurt. The doc said the nerve is probably just bruised from the sheer force of the tooth breaking. It's kind of like how earthquakes are, you know, the faults go and then it's everything shakes. All that force just went down into the nerve and bruised it. So it's a little sore, but not terribly like it was when it first happened. When I'm talking or eating, I can feel it. It's a little bit of a tinge, but it's not like the feeling where I felt like I was gonna have to rip it out, you know, to get the pain to go away. Oro tightly clasped my hands, tears in his eyes. Yep. After this trial of the soul, you two are sworn brothers now. You really need to speak up, Maruto. I groan at the absurdity of the world, rocked by the rumbling of the cart.
この辺りなんだな。あ、
間違いない。
Injured man's voice trembles. Visions of yesterday's encounter no doubt returning to his mind.
見たところ近くにギギリの姿はないようだ。
そうだ。よし、てめえら、作戦の確認をする。
Yep, time for a bug hunt. At Ukon's command, his men break rank to take a rest, sitting down and drinking from their flasks.
じゃあマロロ、説明を頼むな。
Despite Ukon's prompting, Marudo remains face down on the ground, flat on his belly and groaning.
やれやれ仕方がねえ。俺が説明するか。こういうのは性に合わねえんだがな。
Ukon sighs and steps up beside a large folded net in a bed of the cart, patting it pointedly.
まずはこの網を設置する。そして
He knocks on a large container next to the net.
その上にこの腐肉を煮染めたものをぶちまける。
荷車に何を積んでるのかと思ったら、あの中にはそんなものが入ってたのか。倒れでもしてたら大惨事になってたな。
こいつは奴らの大好物らしいからな。
How strong is this net? Those things got some pretty mean-looking pincers. Like, I feel like they just be able to go snip, snip right through the rope, if it's, you know, made of rope.
この網に乗ったが最後。
Or like hemp plant fiber rope instead of like, I don't know, like a metal rope. Cables.
そうか。
Okay. It's not like we're gonna hang it in a tree and like pull it and get him up there. It's just gonna trip him up.
いや、ちょっと待て。そんな弱そうな網じゃ無理があるだろう。
そこにマロロが一発でかいのをぶちかまして一網打尽。網から漏れたやつは取り囲んで叩く。ま、
You sure Marudo's in any condition to like, I don't know, cast like Firaga or something? Ukon grins and his company lets out a collective laugh.
え？本当に大丈夫なのか？あんな網で大丈夫なのか？正直、あの化け物をそんな簡単にどうこうできるとはとても思えないんだが。
Just voice your concerns, you know, get a definitive answer.
いや、せめてもう少し頑丈な罠にするとか、いろいろとな。
Yeah, now you exposit world building details to us.
ハクは心配性かな。相手はギギリなんだから、多少大きかったとしても、今の罠で十分だよ。
そうは言うが、どうしても罠が引きちぎられ、周りの宇宙が蹴散らされる場面しか浮かばんというか。
おいおい兄ちゃん。そんな心配しなくても大丈夫だって。
そうだぜ。俺たちはもう何度もこの手の雑役をしてるんだ。
If you say so.
じゃあ物足りねえぐらいだ。
そういうことだ、あんちゃん。心配すんな。
Guess we'll just have to take your
おめえ
word
ら
for it.
チーと油断しすぎだ。何があるかわからねえんだ。あと、あの姉ちゃんの手厚い看護を受けたいからって、わざと怪我するような真似はすんなよ。
I mean, if it wasn't like some horrific, like, paralyzing poison, then maybe.
なことしたら、腰をさっぴっからな。
If you're just like tripping and skinning your elbow, then yeah, sure, that's fine.
あら、バレてら。
The sound of jovial laughter rings throughout the clearing. I catch snatches of conversation about how being treated by Kuon would make it worth the pay hit. Kuon smiles vaguely, but she seems troubled more than anything else.
みんな気負うこともなく余裕しゃくしゃくだな。これは
Yeah, they probably just know how to fight him.
というのは本当らしい。
You know, you just get like one person distracted and then the others just like chop them up.
つまりこいつらの身体能力はこっちの常識をはるかに超えているってことで、参ったね。クーンと見捨てたら枯れ地にする。
From their perspective, a stiff breeze will turn you to ash.
どうかした？
いや、なんでもない。
ハク。
Like your bones are made out of dust held together with spit.
いや、別に。まあ、嘘だな。あのギギリ、思い出すだけでゾッとする。
Ah, you're level 1. Everything out in there in the world can kill you.
化け物は相手に緊張しない方がおかしいし。
ハク
Everyone smiles at me. With a character CG background instead of just the normal sprite.
人は人ハクはハクだよハクには立派な才能があるよそれ
Yeah,
は
it's like
誇っていいと思うな
we know you're not the big burly tough guy.
違う
Just be the smart strategy guy.
そうか。
そうだよ
Everyone smile relieves my worries for some reason.
そうか。
ハクみたいな人は悪運だけは強いもののたれ死にをしてもこういった荒事ではしぶとく生き延びるかな
おい、ほんと参ったね。
Yeah.
どれだけ不安そうな顔をしてたんだか。まあそうだな。確かに人は人。
I mean, though, as it stands right now, you know, you might be the smart brainiac strategy guy, but, you know, you're can't really help out the team any other way than that.
それにここまで差があると
Your DPS, your damage output is just way too low.
どうでもいい感じになってきた。
Unless you're just gonna be like a buff character.
なんだ、人の顔に何かついてるか。
なんだかすっきりしたみたいだから悪くないと思うよそうだハクこれを渡しておくね
Cool. Love gifts. Kuan proffers a slender object.
これは
Oh, a fan. Because you're the strategist.
鉄線というやつか。
Also, you know, main character item.
握りの部分がすり減っていることからして。
それを使って武器が必要だろうから貸してあげる
そいつはありがたいが、大切にしてるものなんじゃないのか。
Ah, sure, it's no big deal. Even though it's been well used, it's also been well kept, polished and buffed free of any rust. It's probably been maintained regularly.
貸すだけかな後でちゃんと返してね
わかった。
Yeah, so don't go sell it in town for cash
後で。
to buy some upgrade materials or healing items. I tightly clench Kuon's metal fan in my hand. First time holding it, but somehow feels like it fits in my palm with perfect comfort. But I can't help but wonder, if those stains on the blade aren't rust, then... Gross chunk of meat, yum.
てめえら配置についたなそろそろ来るぜマロロ具合の方はもう問題ねえんだな
Hopefully, just enough to cast a spell.
心配かけてしまったでおじゃるなこの通り気分爽快完全復活でおじゃるよ
Yeah, I got your second win. Like I said, puke and rally. He puked. Now it's time for the rally.
ご覧あれ
一応納得はしたが、あんなのとやり合うなんて、本当に大丈夫なんだろうな。
I mean, as long as you're not doing any of the damage, it'll be fine.
覚えてる
は
好きな食べ物
いや、いきなりなんだ。
帰ったらハクが好きなものを食べさせてあげる
That's sweet.
だから大丈夫かな
それの何
My favorite food is whatever you cook for me. Go on.
気づくか。これ以上情けないところは見せられんな。
お二人さん
Though, you know, judging by his, you know, most likely his character background, his favorite food is going to be something you have no idea what it is. It's like, man, I love pizza. Ugh.
おお結構でけえな
でかっ。いい？いや、なんか小さい。
Yeah,
っていうか。
the one you saw was like huge, like really big.
すげえ数
でけえなおい確かにあんなのに噛まれたらただじゃ済まねえわ
いや、でかいってあれだか。自分が見たのはもっと。 比べ物にならないぐらい。
Yeah, that's gonna be the boss encounter. Don't worry about it.
任されたでおじゃるよ。
Maruto steps forward, puffing his chest proudly, and begins to wiggle his body strangely.
オンポコポコオンコロコロポタナンパサラン。山脈三ポタヤホイサッサ。
なあ、クオン。
Is this guy okay? Like, in the head?
どうしたのかな。
なんだあの不気味な踊りは。
不気味な踊り。
Yeah, he's like channeling his chakras or something.
あれは踊りではなく術法。ああ、こちらでは呪法って言われてるかな。
呪法？
韻を結び想念を力に変えるの。比較的弱くてネクラな人に向いてるかな。
マルの繊細な心はぐさっときたでおじゃるよ。
姉ちゃん、何気に死んだ。
Yeah, he's just doing his best, you know.
そういえば、最初にマロロが何かするって言ってた。このことか。
Yeah, he was supposed to cast a big AoE attack.
聞き流してた。いや、そんなことより、まさかそんな魔法みたいなことができるはずが。
にょ。
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Oh, he took out the little ones in one hit.
よっしゃ、よくやった。
あとは任せたでおじゃる。もうヘトヘトでおじゃるよ。
Damn, really? Your MP pool must be really low.
本当に魔法だと。
てめえら、残りのやつを片付けるぞ。続け。
Yep, put on your bug stomping boots. Actually, speaking of exterminating, that reminds me, I saw a snake in my basement yesterday. It was just like a little, like, 6-inch long, like, it wasn't a gardener snake. It was orange, so it's probably like a rat snake. You know, perfectly harmless, but it was raining real bad here a couple days ago, so it probably got in somehow to avoid the rain, like just drowning in the grass. I'll have to see if it's still down there and I can find it, so I can just like scoop it up with a dustpan and toss it back outside. Because hopefully there's nothing in my basement a snake can eat to survive. But you know, unfortunately that means it'll just starve to death down there. So hopefully I'll be able to find it and get it out. Augustus. Ugh. Things are in bloom here. I need to go to the pharmacy on Monday and pick up my prescription allergy meds. Oh, it's my eyes that are itching the worst. All right. And of course, Maruto starts out a little damaged from his booze, and we don't get Ukon. Unfortunate. Where's my details? What skills you got? All right, magic attack. Does it not show? Okay, yeah, there it is. All right, you know, 3-tile attack. And that's it. Awesome. Combat tutorial. No thanks. Well, might as well just get on the side and kick him in the ribs. It's nice of it to put the attack name there, but also it kind of, depending on the camera's position, it blocks the screen a little. All right, moving up. We get our second. Yeah.
少年バカな。
よし。
まだ勝てる？
Let's see. All those are going to be out of range, so might as well just move here. No. Fuck, stop. There we go.
さあ行こうか。
Also, what's the movement range of these things? 3? So you would go like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to stay out of range. What you got? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll move you here. Nope, stop. I'm trying to reposition you. Like, move him around, you know, which direction he faces. The controls have changed slightly from the last one. You also got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Okay, I think I have to... This is new to this one. That I have to hold it when it starts and then release when it gets up to the top.
さてどうする？
Maybe. Because I'm fine with these. Ooh, you got the poison on your fan. Interesting.
私の出番かな。
That was an item I never really used in the first one. Considering the other ones just did way more damage. It's like, sure, I can put a debuff on some guys, or I can just kill them outright. How big is your heal? There's details. Alright, it's 2 tile. He's a little out of range. Sorry, bud. You'll have to survive on your own for a little bit.
さてどうする？
Yeah, so let's see. It's... There we go. Okay, I got it figured out now. And let's move you back. Oh, I guess they auto, like, orientate towards the enemy, so you don't have to worry about, you know, them just getting punched in the ribs for no reason. We'll just heal you. I was late on that one. That's definitely going to take a little getting used to.
どうする？
It's new and different, and that means it's bad and scary.
やったか。勝負をかける。さてどうする？
Oh, do you get to attack again? What's your second attack does poison? Interesting. When in a non-element unit is an overzeal state, increases status element rate. Okay. But you... Did it just roll over from, you know, that, you know, round ending and it just... Haku was the next character to get his turn? I wasn't paying attention to the unit bars on the side, so... So I don't know if he just got, like, a second attack. You know, he popped Action Surge, or he's just going. Dude's wild. Oh, there we go. All right, good job, team. We did it. Yeah, you know, you might not hit the hardest, but, you know, you stood your ground.
なんとかなった。
まあ、ヘトヘトみてえだし、あとは俺たちに任せてあんちゃんは休んでな。 こういったのは初めてだったんだろう。そのくらいは多めに見るさ。よ
Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve to it.
ーし。てめえら、仕留めた獲物を回収するぞ。大事な金づるだ。取り残すんじゃねえぞ。
Can you eat them? Or, you know, you're just gonna be selling the carapace for some material. Some chitin. Laughing in the wake of their victory, Wukon's men moved to carry out his orders. Oh, just absorb them into yourself.
やれやれ。
Just right into a bag of
犠牲者ど
holding.
ころか大きな怪我を負ったやつもいないようだ。
ハク、左腕を見せて。
One comes up beside me and gently takes my hand, inspecting the arm. Like a shallow cut in the upper arm without noticing. I don't know if one of their jaws grazed me or whatever, but I didn't notice it until Kuan touched it.
そのまま。
Yeah, adrenaline does that to you. Then, without a moment's hesitation, Kuan puts her lips on the wound and sucks blood from it. Gotta get the poison out. Though,
毒が入り込んだかもしれ
from
ないか
my
ら。念のため
my
だ
experience reading, you know, first aid, you know, manuals, they don't really recommend doing that. It doesn't really. I don't want to say it doesn't do anything, but the effectiveness of, you know, sucking the venom from the wound is, you know, debatable at best.
いや、何もそこまで。
Though then again, first aid books are one of those things where they're updated like every year and they change what they say to do and not to do. It's like with a bloody nose. You go back through like 20 years of them and they're like, pinch your nose, don't pinch your nose, hold your head back, don't hold your head back, let it flow out. Put cotton swabs in your nose. It just changes all the time. My gaze locks with hers for a moment. Her eyes seem to be laughing.
なんだこの嫌な予感。
No, not the hickey.
男子たるもの、このくらいで声を上げてはダメだよ。
お前、今の絶対にわざと
Yeah,
だろう。
you're marked as her property now. Ignoring my accusation, one skillfully applies a salve to the cut and bandages it up tight.
はい、おしまい。これで大丈夫かな。
Ah! Then, as if to declare her work finished, she lightly pats the wound. That didn't sound like a light pat. A complaint brews on my tongue, but it dies when I see Kuan smile. She looks filled with relief that I'm safe.
そうだ。こいつを。
I hold out the 10 cent metal fan I borrowed to Kuan.
おかげで助かった。ありがとうな。
Yeah, better than some stick on the ground.
いいよ。それはまだハクが持ってて。何も持ってないと不便だろうし。
Yeah, it's already in your character sprite, so can't give it back now.
いいのか大切なものなんだろう。
うん。とっても大切なものかな。
そこまでなのか。そんなものなんでまた。
今はハクが
Because
必要
she'll
として
die
る。
without it, that's why.
だからハクが持ってて。
そっか。そこまで言うならありがたく借りとくよ。
うん。貸すだけだから。
Yeah, we'll give it back to you once we get a character upgrade from doing one of those free quests where you just grind enemies and get materials.
ハク殿ハク殿、マロの呪法を見てくれたでおじゃるか。
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You surprised me with the new mechanics, but you know, other than that, the standard fireballs.
あんなギギリなんてちょちょいのちょいでおじゃるよ。
解放したせいか妙に懐かれたな。この男に別に含む。
Like I said, you're birds of a feather. Both weak-bodied intellectuals.
少々鬱陶しい。
おれ、あんちゃん。やけに不安がってたが、大したことなかったろ。
Ukon calls over to me, having finished barking instructions at his men.
そうだぜついこっちまで不安になっちまったじゃねえか
Oh, it's the ones that he thought, you know, were like 20 feet tall. Roar of laughter rises from Ukon's men.
いやあれはなんていうか勘違いというかな
勘違い
少し前にあれよりもっともっとでかいやつに襲われたんだついその巨大なやつだと勘違いしてな
Yeah.
こんなやつらだと知ってたらここまで慎重にはならなかった
You probably got like attacked by the brood mother or something. The laughter suddenly stops.
何か急に空気
なんだと
Ukon stares at me frozen. Not just Ukon. All his men freeze in place too.
今もっと巨大なやつと言ったか
Yeah, it was like the size of a cart.
うん同じような外見でもっと巨
It
大
also
な
had a
やつだ
different
ろ
color, you know, it was more like, I think it was like blue?
もしかして銅が甲羅のように硬そうじゃなかったか
Yeah, yeah, those ones were probably like soft-shelled crabs. Too many S's there.
そうだな
Ukon's questioning. I try to remember the details of the attack.
そう言われれば胴体は全体的に黒く光っていたようなうんいかにも硬そうに見えたなあともっと角は長かった気がしたんだがな
おいだとしたらやべえぞ
Uh-oh. Then, it happens before I can blink. A massive shape bursts from the bushes, scything towards us. There isn't any time to react as it blurs past a man nearby, sending something flying up into the air. Yeah, that guy. I guess it was more green than blue, but, you know, it's like a turquoise. And, you know, you can get into debates whether whether turquoise is a green or blue, but...
ああこんな感じ
Yeah, that thing. Flying object lands solidly in Marnoro's hands, catching him by surprise. It has enough time to look at him and flap its mouth in soundless anguish before it falls still. Marnoro's piercing scream echoes through the clearing. Well, shit. At the sound of Marnoro's cry, the men around us scramble, fleeing in all
なん
directions.
だ
うわ小さいのも来るぞ
Well, that's not good.
何が起こっている
距離を取れ体勢を立て直してから全員で一斉にかかるぞ
Several of the men nearby take up arms at Ukon's command. But more and more giri-giris swarm out of the shadows nearby, pouring forth in a ceaseless horde.
気をつけろこいつらあ
Really, guys? Before anyone can ready their weapons, the gigiri. Gigiri? Yeah, gigiri, not giri-giri. I'm pretty sure giri-giri is like an automatopoeia. Gigiri lay into Ukon's men with a vengeance. At Kuon's call, I snap out of my confused daze, quickly crushing the Gigiri attacking me.
悪い助かった
道理で話が噛み合わないと思った
That big scary thing.
ハクが言ってたのはあれだったんだ
Kuon sighs, rubbing her temples. Creak, 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 creak.
こいつもしかしなくてもまずい
Yeah.
てりゃーてめえら一旦引くぞまだ無事な奴は動けない奴を担いで逃げろ
Yep, time to get on the cart and fucking scram. Doesn't that guy have like no head? I think you can leave him. Ukon mows down another Gigiri, carrying unconscious men over each of his shoulders.
二人とも何してる早く逃げろ
With a knot of dread in my stomach, I move to obey, trying my best to flee. I can't move. A heavy weight pins my legs down. Madodo, please.
おい、何人の足にしがみついてんだ。
But he's so scared.
動け。何してる。早く自分の足で立て。
Yep, up and at him, bud.
腰が抜けて動けないでおじゃるよ。
こっちはお前がしがみついてるから動けないんだ。
You know,
だから立て。
that's a pretty standard fear response. Just absolutely fucking lock up. Try to pull Madodo up to make him stand, but he's clinging so tightly I can't budge him.
いやでおじゃる、お願いでおじゃる、置いてかないでほしいでおじゃる。
だから立てと言ってるだろうが、死にたいのか。
And we're not strong enough to carry you. You know, we're not supermen like these dudes.
あんちゃん何を遊んでやがる早くしろ
どう見たらこれが遊んでるように見えるんだ。
Uh-oh. As we continue to waste precious time, the Gigiri swarm surges forward. And beyond them, the hulking, monstrous Gigiri gorges itself on the severed head of that poor man.
あらら囲まれちゃったかな
Yeah, that's not good.
やけに落ち着いてるが、何か手立てがあるのか。
手立てというか私だけ逃げるならどうとでもなるかな
Well, yeah, if you just, like, run, you know, you can probably bop one and then hop over it.
クオン
Not just leapfrog.
私だけなら
こっちは
困っちゃったね
Yeah, it's a bit of a issue for you, huh?
おい、まさか見捨てて逃げるとか言わないだろうな。
大丈夫だよこのくらいで見捨てるのならとっくに見限ってたってば
That's her nice way of saying you're kind of annoying.
でも本当どうしたらいいかな
ここまでかちょうがねえ気は進まねえが
It's gonna have to fight your way out.
あんちゃん姉ちゃん少し頼みがあるここは俺が何とかするから他の連中を率いてできるだけ遠くに離れて
Ukan's voice carries an unusual weight.
何をする気だ。
ちょっと待ってほしいかな
It's so nice of this big monster to just, like, you know, wait on us to have our conversations. One steps forward, but I guess, you know, it's too busy eating that dude's face.
最後の一つだったからなるべく温存しておきたかったけど
She takes the small tube hanging from her
いいか
waist.
なこれから突破口を作るから合図をしたら一瞬だけ耳を塞いで
Oh, you got your little flash grenade?
そしてその後は全力で駆け抜けること
それはあの時の。
そうか
Yeah.
そうだんか
なんでおじゃる、どうするでおじゃる。
One that you don't want to look at.
321
Yuan yanks something from the flash grenade, then hurls it with all of her strength.
今だ走れ
おぎゃー、目が
ああ、こいつを蹴落としたい。
Woo! Achievement unlocked! Did you really have to be the VIP there? I mean, not the VIP. MVP. Morale boost! 8% increase to attack, defense, and speed. That's pretty good. Anti-poison, resist poison. Oh, that's equipment. Defense. Alright, yeah. Do we even have any BP to allocate? Ah, we got a little. Ooh, also speed. That's a new stat. I'm gonna assume that's, you know, a priority in the turn order. I'll hold off on the BP. We only have 13. That's like one level up. It's not that big of a deal. Seems like we were able to get away for the time being, thanks to Kuwan's flash grenade. Ukan and the other survivors grind to a stop around me, looking as out of breath as I am.
助かったでおじゃるか。
このいつまでしがみついてる。いい
Yeah,
加減
personal
離れ
space,
ろ
bud. Well, it's a little warm from all that running.
よっ
Cool down in the snow. I disentangle myself from Marodo's vice grip around my
ここ
legs.
までマロロを引きずってきたせいでもう体力の限界だ。
あんちゃん無事だな。
No! Ukan looks over at me, carrying several men on his shoulders, even dragging some others with a rope.
人の命がかかってるとはいえこれだけの人数を連れて逃げてきたのか。
やたらねえやつが多いな。無事だといいが。
They're probably fine. They'll show up in a day or two. A quick head count reveals only half the group made it out with us. Most of them probably just got separated, but undoubtedly some wounded had to be left behind.
しかしあんちゃんが懸念してたのがボロギギリだったとはな。
そのボロギギリってなあのでかいやつのことか。
Yeah, considering it's got a different name that sounds special.
ああガキの頃は奴に襲われるから森の奥へ入りすぎるなとよくしつけられたもんさ。そのくせ一度も見たことなんてねえから実際にはいねえもんだとばか
Oh,
り
cool, so it's like Bigfoot.
まさかこんな時にな。
Well, considering this is a different one from before, that makes two, which means there's several of them skittering around in those
確かに
woods.
あれを相手にするのは無謀だったな。
すまん。もっとちゃんと言うべきだったか。そうすればこんなことには。いや今更か。
いやあんちゃんが気にすることはねえさ。こいつは油断していた俺の責任だ。
Whap. Ukan pounds his fist into his palm in frustration, like he's taking his anger out on himself.
それでこれからどうする。
マロロボロギギリについて何か詳しいこと
Yeah, got any weakness?
ほにゃ確か書で読んだ覚えがあったような。
なんでもいい。とにかく奴について知ってる限り教えてくれ。
Well, you see, it's like, it's really big.
この辺り一帯のギギリの親
Oh, I was right, it is a brood mother.
ギギリは繁殖期になると一部の個体が極端に成長し親になるのでおじゃるよ。親になった個体はこの餌のためにこう従えて手当たり次第に獲物に襲いかかるみたいでおじゃる。
だから俺たちに襲いかかってきたって
Ugh.
おそらくでおじゃるが本来ならまだ繁殖期には遠いし繁殖はもっと暖かい地域で行われるはずでおじゃるが
Oh, so it shouldn't be here.
ごくまれにこんな偏僻なところでおかしな時期に大きく育ってしまうへそ曲がりもいるという話でおじゃる。マロが知っているのはこのくらいでおじゃ
It's
る。
like when you see mountain lions outside their normal territorial range.
なるほどな。学士ってのはまんざら冗談でもないらしい。
親ってことはつがいなのか。
みたいでおじゃる。詳しいことまではわからない。
I mean, normally when it comes to insects, usually only the female is the really big one. Especially like in egg laying, you know, queen, kind of like queen ant, queen bee. You know, they're several times larger, and then there's just the random, like regular sized male, you know, counterpart of the species. Khan looks lost in thought.
いやちょっとな。
ただいま。
ああすまねえ。でどうだっ
あなたの予想通りかな。
た。やっぱりか。
They swarming about?
何の話でおじゃるか。
ああ奴らが追ってきてるって話さ。
Well, yeah, you guys did the equivalent of kicking a hornet's nest, so.
気づかれちゃう。
Everyone tries to quiet everyone down as a murmur spreads through the group. One's ears twitch. Bug noises. Barely a sound disturbs the clearing, except for the distant rustling of bushes.
こっちに向かってきてやがるな。
大丈夫だよ。結構距離があるかな。だから大丈夫。
I mean, okay is relative, but sure. At Kuan's word, everyone seems to calm a little.
もしかして血の匂いを追いかけてきてるでおじゃるか？
匂い。そうか、まずいな。負傷者がいる以上、その匂いは消しようが
Yeah,
ない
not wrong there.
やるしかねえか。
I mean, you had that barrel of rotten meat. Did you... I know you took the meat out, but, you know, can you just open that barrel if it's still in the cart and just toss it in a bush and then book it?
何？
無理だ。あんな化け物絶対にかないっこね。
The villager cries out his protest, clutching his wounded arm.
俺も無茶だとは思ってるさ。こう体勢が悪くちゃ策も立てようがねえしな。
Yeah, but we got enough people. Just rush the thing.
やっぱ、あれは無理だよな。結局は
Surround it all sides and just start hacking.
何の慰めにもなってないな。
やるにしたって、せめて一旦引き返して討伐の体制を整えてえところだ。が、そうすると集落に奴らを招きかねねえ。
Mm-hmm.
そんなわ。
Yeah, it's like your only other choice is, you know, bring it back to your home, which probably not the best move. Everyone falls silent at Ukon's words.
そういえばハクハクってばあんなのに襲われてよく無事だったね。
無事なんかじゃない。あと少しで食われるところだったんだぞ。
Yeah, he only got saved by that slime.
まあその寸前にあのタタリとかいう化け物が現れてボロギギリってのを食ってくれたから助かったんだ。
ああ、そっか。それであの時そして今度はタタリに食べられそうになってたんだ。ほんと運がいいのか悪いのか。
笑い事じゃない。
Well, he made it out in one piece,
ど
so
れ
I'd
だけ
consider
必
it
死だった
lucky.
と思ってるんだ。
It's only unlucky if you actually die.
それでも助かったんだからいい思い出になったんじゃないかな。
今まさにその思い
It's
出
only a
が
good
増えそう
story,
なんだがな。
you know, after the fact. When it's happening, it's like the worst moment of your entire life.
いっそのこと、あいつもそのタタリが食ってくれたら。
Tick, 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 ding!
今
Got an idea.
なんて言ったかな。
思い出が増えそうか。
その後だよ。
Yeah, you just gotta lure it into where the other Tatardi is and just have it, you know, gobble this thing up too.
いっそのこと、あいつもそのタタリが食ってくれたらってことか。
それだよ。タタリに食べてもらったらいいんだ。
はあ？タタリに
Yeah,
食ってもらう
just lay a trap.
何を言ってる？そんなことが。
ハク、ここがどこか見覚えないかな。
I mean, it's the same forest background, you know, CG as the rest of them, but sure. I'm gonna assume it's the place we made our daring escape at originally. Kuan's prompting, I take a quick glance around.
この場所、もしかして。
というわけだからちょっとタタリを連れてくるね。
Thought they didn't like being out in the light, but okay.
だからハクたちはなんとかしてあのボロギギリを
Yeah,
向こうの
somehow.
崖に突き落としてほしいな。
Just lure it next to the edge with your succulent man meat.
じゃあ何さら
Some
っ
of
と
our
無
big
茶なこと
strong boys can just, you know, give it
あんなの突き
a
落とすとか
1-2
どう
shove.
やりゃいいんだ。
そこは
いや
頑張って。
頑張って丸投げかよ。
だってそろそろ迷ってる時間がなくなってきたから。
ちょっと待った。
Yep, do or die.
そうだ、ウコンからもなんとか言ってやってくれ。
姉ちゃんは大丈夫なんだ。
Like, this is the best and only plan we got so far, so might as well run with it.
これでも逃げるのは得意なんだ。心配ご無用かな。
おいこら。
ねえハク、あなたってばやっぱり面白いかな。
With that, Kuan dashes off into the forest.
ねえあんちゃん、どうする？
お前もこっちに丸投げか。
Oh yeah, like we said, you're the strategist
い
guy.
や、姉ちゃんと二人で話を進めちまってたからな。だった
That's
ら
that's assuming a lot.
あんちゃんに任せるさ。
んなこと言われてもな。
Something something asks you and me.
血の匂いをたどってくるのなら、それより強い匂いで誘導できれば。
The meat.
まだあの腐った汁って
Yeah.
残ってるか。
これか？ああ、まだ少しくらいならな。
よし。じゃあまずは動ける者がそいつを使っておとりになり、奴らを分散させる。 怪我の軽いものは
Okay,
動けないものを背負い、ここから離脱。あとは残った者たちで何とかして群れからボロギリリだけを崖へ誘導するって、このくらいしか思いつかんぞ。
It's better than nothing.
この状況で早いな。
何か言ったか？
いや、いいじゃねえの。上出来だと思うぜ。
Could being the key word there.
いい手だな。おめえらもそれでいいな。
The men around us slowly nod.
いいのかよ、おい。適当に言っただけで失敗して文句言われても困るぞ。
即興にしては十分だ。
Yep,
分かった。
like I said, better than nothing.
文句はない。
よし、あんちゃん、マロロ、始めるぜ。
Lured by the last of the rotting meat, the Gigides horde swarms and scatters.
動いていくでおじゃるよ。
おとりに引っかかったな。
Yeah, they really want that old stew. I squint into the chittering mass, trying to distinguish the Bololo Gigidi from the rest. That should be pretty easy, considering it's like multiple times larger and a different
ザ
color.
たちとうまく離れている。
ところで肝心のボロギギリをどうやって誘い出すでおじゃるか？
ぶちかませ。
Yeah, get it angry.
ほにょ？
あの呪法って
Yeah,
やつ
draw
は
aggro.
全力でボロギリリにぶちかませ。うまくいけばあいつだけ釣り上げることができる。
マロンがでおじゃるか？
Yep.
他に誰がいるんだ？
No, unfortunately, you have like the highest DPS at the
おとり
moment,
にな
so
った連中が食われる羽目になる。
しかしそんなことをしたらマロンに向かってくるのではおじゃらぬか？
心配するな。そのために
Yeah, it'll all
自分
work
たちが
out.
いる。
right behind you, bud.
本当に大丈夫でおじゃるか？
ああ、自分たちを信じろ。
ハク殿、そうでおじゃるよ。友を真実して何を信じるというのでおじゃる。わかったでおじゃる。やるでおじゃる
You
よ。
know, believe in the deep bonds we made over, you know, rubbing your back while you're puking out the side of a cart.
いるだけだがな。まあ、
Hey man, sometimes moral support is all you need to be.
食らうでおじゃる。にょ。
Jackanave? Alright, bud.
術を出す時の掛け声はなんとかならんのか。
Hey man, it's what he does to get in the mindset. Leave him be.
どうだ？来るか？何匹か一緒に来る。巻き込んだか。
Well, shit.
だが、あれくらいなら
It'll work. It'll work. We can work with this.
みんな作戦通り無理をせず引きつけてくれ。
All right. What's this one gonna be? Entrap it or defeat it? Let's go with entrap. No, there we go. God, the fact that they made the confirm button options throws me off.
活躍するでおじゃ。
So we need to get it to go to like these ledges, yeah? Oh, that was weird. I like was holding it before it gave the prompt and it just like didn't work.
さあ行こうか。さあ行こうか。
Okay, so we need to get it onto those squares. Gotcha. Or this little grouping right here.
よし。行くでおじゃる。
Can you hit? How much movement does this guy got? 5? 1. So that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you hit him from here? No. In that case, just run.
どうしたものか。
There.
さてどうする？
There we go. Now we can just bop this guy.
やったか。
みんなを頼ってばかりではな。
Alright, so we do just get like a second turn when you get 100% seal. Interesting.
どうだ。
That's good to know. I'll have to actually read the combat tutorial later.
行くでおじゃる。食らうでおじゃ。無所。見直したでおじゃるか。
Did you get the same 100% seal? Or is it just a buff? Fire emblem units in overzeal state, damage increased. Okay. So that looks like you just get a damage up. There. Okay, yeah, so it looks like everyone gets a second turn.
炎でおじゃ。ほにょ。大活躍でおじゃ。
Ugh.
みんなの状況は。
我が秘術をご覧あれ。
Let's just run away.
ぼちぼちやるか。
行くでおじゃる。
ぼちぼちやるか。
Yep, overzeal state end.
活躍するでおじゃ。炎でおじゃ。ほにょ。
Okay, they were very optimistic when they said defeat in the objective option list there. When we do 1 damage to it.
今だ、マロロ。
Yeah. Hit the ledge. Drop that bitch. Environmental kill. Still counts. Later, bitch.
いや、まだだぜ、あんちゃん。
I still got to contend with the Tatari.
なんてしぶといでおじゃる。
Or it just wants to claw its way back up.
残念。これで終わりだよ。
Alright, just, oh god, what is it? What is it in, like, Smash when you jump off someone's head? It's like, it's not step stooling, it's like, table topping? So I don't know. I don't play Smash that much. Oh. Mildly horrifying.
ただいまっと。ハク、怪我とかしてない？
No, actually, we got through that, you know, not taking a single hit.
大丈夫なのか。
平気だよ。言ったでしょ。
やれやれ。あんなのを連れてくるとは大した姉ちゃんだ。
Maybe we should move away from the edge of the ledge, yeah? With that, like, man-eating slime that we just saw has, like, snatching tendrils it can shoot out.
あ、終わった。
Ooh, mission accomplished. I sag to the ground in sheer relief.
白殿ひょっとでおじゃるか
Yep.
俺たち死なないで済むでおじゃるか
Ah. We won to yet live another day.
ああこれで終わりだ。だからそんなにひっつくな。
やったで
Yeah,
おじゃ
personal
る
space.
マロたちはやったでおじゃるよ白殿
いや、わかったから離れてくれ。
それじゃあハク帰ろっか。
Yeah, you just killed all those bugs. You know, time to like boil them. You know, some nice crawdads.
お風呂もね。
Even with all us injured and battered, something joyful surges inside all of us at Kuan's words. Joyous shouts fill the air and resolve into roars of triumph. That sucks to be the mooks that, you know, bit it, but we can't all be winners. Scroll of Guarding. Reduces physical damage. Okay. Chance 50%. Interesting. So you use it, and you got a 50% chance of boosting your defense. Reduces duration of status penalties. Woo! Cheers! Let me take a little pause here to go grab another beer and use the little boys' room. I'll be back in a second. All right, and I'm back with another ice cold chorus. The best of the light beers, no lie. It just is. Like, yeah, there are better beers, but Coors Light itself is probably the best of the nice, light, hydrating, you know, watery beers. The inn's dining hall fills with laughter and jovial chatter, giving it a pleasant ambience. Or ambiance. After the Tatari arrived, once it digested the body of the Bodo Gigiri, it quietly slunk away back into its cave. What I've been told, they're loath to come out of their pits, so we shouldn't have to worry. And Ukon's company cleaned up the rest of the Gigiri, so travelers can use that mountain pass without any danger now.
さあさあ遠慮なく飲んでおくれ。
こうした酒を飲むのもいいもんだ。
Yup. Upon hearing of her victory, the innkeeper broke out some of her best sake to share with everyone. I had to water it down to be able to drink it. That's good straight, yeah, but I shouldn't get wasted. Okay. I was about to say, like, what? You can't handle sake? Sake's like 15-20% at most. You know, it's not a hard liquor. But, you know, if you're just, you know, pacing yourself, sure, go ahead, bud.
独特の風味というか癖があるわ。なかなかうまいな。
I washed down a bite of amamuni with sake as I watched the crowd. Meanwhile, Kuan has been sitting next to me staring into her cup, not saying a word.
どうした？口に合わないのか？
そういうわけ
If
じ
you
ゃ
don't
ない
have it, I'll drink it.
ちょっとお酒の風味が強いかな。こんな時には蜂蜜酒があれば最高だったのに。
Ooh, mead. Despite her disappointed tone, Kuan goes on eating and drinking heartedly all the same. I thought about getting into making mead. It's one of those things you can just like do in your basement with like a fucking 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot and like a pressure release valve to let out the expanding gases. Ukon makes his way over with a particularly intimidating sized cup, his face already red. Hey, we're having like a nice romantic moment in this dark corner. Scram.
あんたらは今夜の主役みたいなもんなんだからよ。もっと真ん中でドーンとふんぞり返ってていいんだぜ。
遠慮しとくよ。無才男たちに囲まれるのは趣味じゃない。
同じくかな。多くの人に囲まれるのは苦手なんだ。
にしても大した
Bunch of
もんだな
loners.
あんちゃん。おめえさんの策大当たりだったじゃねえか。
いや、 あんなのは策なんて上等なもんじゃない。
Yeah, we're just shooting from the hip with that
状
one.
況を利用しただけの行き当たりばったりだ。
But hey, you know, if it works, it works.
いいじゃねえかよ。それであの状況で即座に考え
Gotta take the wins where you can get them, and, you know, take the compliments where you can.
肝の座り方と冷静さ。見事大抵のやつならオタオタして策どころじゃねえからな。
Yeah, you're a Weasley little greasy kind of guy, aren't you?
だから褒めすぎだ。
謙虚なのか自然体なのか。
Just slide out of any situation.
まあ、息の参道でぜいぜい死にそうな顔してるのを見たときは正直不安しか覚えなかったけどな。
Like we said, we're recovering from like a life-threatening injury, so
本当のことだから言い返せ。
姉ちゃん、おめえさんもだぜ。
私
ああ、そもそも姉ちゃんがタタリをおびき寄せてくれなきゃ成功しなかった。
yep.
正直本当に連れてきちまうとは思わなかったがな。最初にその話が出た時はなんかの冗談かと思っちまったぜ。
そんな無茶な真似だったのか。
Yeah.
何言ってんだ。同じことやれって言われて。
You saw what that thing did to that Gigiri. They just like melt them. Imagine what they'd do to a person. You know, soft, squishy.
いや、そりゃ無理だが。
They'd be gone in like an instant. Go on, having to pull me along the first time we ran rises to my mind.
俺にも無理だな。とてもじゃねえが、あんな風のようには走れね
ほんの少し身軽なだけだよ。
え。なるほどね。
Yeah.
そういうことにしておくかい。まあ、何はともあれ、今回のギギリ退治がうまくいったのは。
So what? We getting paid? We getting a cut? We getting a cut of that reward?
本当に感謝している。
I guess we'll take gratitude if that's all we're getting. Ukon bows deeply.
な、大げさな。
何の話してるでおじゃるか。マロも混ぜてほしいでおじゃるよ。
おっと、もう一人の主役だ。
I mean, he did play a pretty pivotal role. White Shadow, its face fast coming, a fearful red, comes wriggling across towards us.
飲んでるでおじゃるか。
酒臭。
Again, sake isn't that strong to get, you know, absolutely sloshed that quick, you know. You gotta try. Since he killed the bulk of the Gigiri with his magic, Mororo's being hailed as a hero too. He's being poured drink after drink and keeps accepting. The guy's already drunk as a fish.
今回大活躍できたのは白殿のおかげでおじゃるよ。おかげで手当が大幅に上乗せされて。よほよほ。
別に礼を言われるようなことはしていないが。
I mean, you were his rock, you know, he would have crumpled without you.
またまた謙虚なお人でおじゃる。
Mororo prods my cheek with his finger. Please leave me alone.
行きの道中では車酔いに苦しむマロを優しくいたわってくれたし、ギギリとの戦闘ではマロをかばってくれたし。
Yeah, you guys are like blood brothers now.
白殿はマロの心の
Your souls are joined into a double helix, rising to the heavens.
心の友ときたよ。何やらこいつの中で自分の評価がうなぎ登りに上がっていってる気がまずい。完全に
Yep.
疲れたか。
Looks like we're on the Mardodo route now. Sorry, go on.
姉ちゃんたちは確かテートに向かうんだったよな。
うん。明日の朝一番には立つつもり。
Yeah, we're trying to get Haku a job. Meanwhile, Kuon and Ukon having moved on to a completely different subject.
お前ら、ちょっと助けろ。
テートへは観光か何かかい？
それもあるけど、目的としては
Yeah,
白の働き口を探すためか
our
な。
personal little bean counter, you know.
あんちゃんの？あんちゃんは姉ちゃんの従者じゃなかったのか？
She literally scraped him off the ground on the side of the road.
おい、誰が従者だ。ただ記憶をなくしているところを拾われ、面倒を見てもらってるだけだ。
いや、それなら従者の方が対面としてよくねえか？
Mm-hmm.
っていうか、 記憶喪失だ
You know, don't remember literally anything.
うん名前すら覚えてなくてなハクっていうのもクオンがつけてくれた
保護した手前独り立ちできるまで面倒を見る責任があるんだけどハクは力
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, she's our legal guardian.
デートへ行ってみようって思ったんだ幸いハクは知恵者みたいだからね
なるほどね
Ukon takes a gulp from his cup, downing its contents in one go. Places the empty cup on the table.
だったら一緒に行かねえか
デートへってこと
Sure, you know, if they're heading back that way anyway, you know, it's safer and probably quicker to be in a convoy.
ああ
Well, maybe not quicker, you know.
俺たちはもともと
Still a little bit of a trade-off of, you know, speed for safety.
その2の到着が少し遅れるってことで無駄な時間を過ごすよりはと軽い気持ちでギギリの駆除を
Oh,
引き受け
you
た
know,
んだ
one
が
coincidence leads into another, and
そしたら
lucky for us.
あんなことになっちまったからな
Ukon's expression grows slightly distant.
怪我のひどいやつはこの集落に置いていくしかねえ代わりの人手が必要なのさもちろんただとは言わねえ
Money! We're in!
クオンはクス師としてあんちゃんはそうだな
Yeah, good old
相談
consultant.
役として正式に同行を依頼しようじゃねえか雇い銭
The
も
best money
発達
laundering position there is.
なぜ今回の報酬がたんまりあるからなどうだいあんちゃんか弱い姉ちゃんとか弱いカレン先生いや多勢に無勢ってことは
There we go.
どうしてそこで何度も言い直すのかな
Well, it's because none of those words really describe you. You're pretty self-sufficient.
別にタイはとにかく女を連れての二人旅よりは俺らと一緒の方がはるかに安全だと思うんだがそれに何よりこういった道中は
Yeah, you know,
道が多いのが楽しいんじゃね
If
えか
today's events are any experience to go by.
悪い話じゃねえだろ
うーん
Like, sure, you guys can take on one or two small fries by yourself, but if something like that strolls out of the bushes again, it's big trouble if you're alone.
せっかくだけど遠慮しとくね
Ah, come on.
おいおいなんでだ
これほどの大人数での護衛ということはその2はかなり重要なものだと思うんだ
なあまあそれなりにな
All right, where are you going with this?
ということはそれを狙う
Okay.
賊が襲ってくることも
It's a bit of a target. You don't want to get yourself dragged in
俺たち
anything.
の他に荷を持ってきた連中も加わるんだそんな数を襲う賊なんぞこの辺りにはいやしねえってまああまりしつこく誘うのもなんだ考えておいてくれ
With that, Ukon returns to the throng of the party. Party carries on well past midnight, showing few signs of slowing down. I came outside to cool off a bit in the night air. A breeze kicks up, caressing my cheeks, and not the ones on my face. The cool air against my body feels nice after being inside that hot inn for so long. Behind me, warm light and cheerful voices filter out from the party.
では、ウコンのモノマネするでおじゃるよ。
A rancorous cheer goes up. Seeing Marudo, seems Marudo is giving a performance of some
あ
kind.
んなことがあった後だってのに明るい連中だな
Everyone seems cheerful.
明るいか
The faces of those two men who'd spoken to me during the trip rise unbidden in my thoughts.
兄ちゃんよこんぐらいでへばってちゃかわいいあの娘っ子に呆れられんぞ
そうだぜ男ならもっと気張ったとこ見せねえとな
Yep. And then they laughed merrily with their comrades. Were they the ones to bite it? What? Those two were nowhere to be seen in the dining hall just now. They'll never be able to laugh or share drinks with their comrades again.
なのにどうしてあいつらがあんな風に笑える誰も死者を悼む素振りを見せない
I'm sure they're doing it in their own way.
クオンですら気にしているようには見えなかったそして あんなことがあったというのに、自分自身も不思議なほどに動じて。
Yeah, it's weird, you know, once you go through a, I don't know, traumatic event, and it's like, you come out the other side, and it's like, oh, that happens. You know, real fucking Marvel movie quote, well, that just happened. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's like, oh, I thought something like that would affect me a lot more, and it just doesn't. It's like, okay. And then you gotta kind of grapple with that. The fact that it's like, I thought this might, like, fuck me up a little, but nah. And it's like, am I broke? And that's like, no. It's just you're processing it in your own way, and that's fine.
どうしたヤンちゃん、そんなところに突っ立って。
I turn to the source of the voice and find Ukon approaching me with a bottle of sake in one
ヤン
hand.
ちゃんも夜風に当たりに来たのかい。
ああ、そんなところだ。
そうか。じゃ、ちょっとそこまで付き合おう
Sure,
か。
let's go have a mildly drunk man talk. Seems like you've sobered up a little bit. I accompany Ukon down the darkened path. We walk by moonlight, casting long shadows into the already dusky blue night.
なあ、あんちゃん。チートを聞きてえんだが、あのお姉ちゃん。
Who? I don't know, she's Kuon.
クオンのことか。
ああ。あんちゃんなら何か知ってるのかと思ってな。
Nope.
なんでまたクオンに興味なんか持つ。
どうしてだろうな。気になるとしか言えねえが。
I mean, yeah, I guess she's an interesting character.
まさか惚れたとでも言うのか。
Call it professional curiosity.
確かにいい女だし、惚れたには違えねえが、あんちゃんが言う惚れたってのとはちょいと違う。それに、あの姉ちゃんに手を出すのはちょっとな。
A little scary.
ちょっと。
いや、なんでもね、あの姉ちゃんはすげえなと思ってよ。
まあ確かにあの食欲はすごいな。
Certainly eats a lot.
いや、ちげえって。そっちもすげえが、あの身のこなしと胆力の方さ。
Mm-hmm. Definitely has a presence to her.
あんな化け物を前にして。
Almost like she's a main character of some
行動
kind.
できる強胆さといい。お前、大したもんさ。一体、何者かって思うくれよ。
At that, Ukon's voice grows quiet.
言われてみれば自分もクオンの
I mean, to be fair, you've only known each other for like a couple days, a week at most.
助けられた恩もあるし、あまり詮索するのもどうかと思って聞かなかった。
And it probably doesn't feel very fair that you're unable to, you know, talk about yourself very much in return.
あんちゃんにもわからねえが。
Feel a bit one-sided prying information
み
from
てえだ
her.
から仕方ねえわな。か弱いクスシとか言ってるがよ。思わず、おめえさんみたいなクスシがどこに売ってんだと突っ込むところだったのは内緒だがな。
For long, Ukon comes to a stop. For a small distance outside the village, large standing stones sit arranged in even rows.
これは墓標。
新規臭い場所に付き合わせてすまねえな。酒の一杯も手向けねえと寝覚めが悪いからよ。
Ukon stands in front of one particular stone, decorated with multicolored ornaments. Offerings of flowers, food, and liquor sit arranged around it.
遅くなったな。俺が一番最後になっちまったが。
Ukon murmurs under his breath, as though speaking to the gravestone in front of him.
じゃあこの供え物はみんなが。
Yeah, like I said, they all kind of handled it their own way. I guess this is it. It seems the others came to pay their respects before Ukon did.
俺らはみんな湿っぽいのは苦手なもんでな。見送るときは明るく笑顔で見送ってやる。そう決めてるのさ。
そうか、そうだな。
Mm-hmm.
仲間を亡くして辛くないはずがなかった。
俺たちみたいなもんはいつどこでくたばるか知れねえ。戦でくたばっちまったら大地に野ざらし。だからよ、こいつらをここに弔ってやれることができてよかった。
Ukon sinks to a knee, uttering in prayer. Following his lead, I kneel beside him and offer a silent prayer.
今世の命、確かに見届けた。今はただ安らかに眠れ。いずれ、ことはハムルにて、再び杯を交わそうぞ。
ウコン。
さてと、じゃあ、
Yep.
飲み直すか。
Time to get fucked up! Now that we got this business stuff out of the way. Puzzled, I follow after Ukon as he takes off down the path again.
今の違和感は何だったんだ。
Was it really that strange? You just kind of had like a somber moment there. I wouldn't really call it strange. As I turn away from the graveyard, I can't help but notice an Amamuni amongst the offerings, stuffed too full to be eaten in one bite. Oh, we can guess who that came from. The room is already painfully bright by the time I dare to open my eyes. I can hear voices, but I'm alone in the room.
頭が二日酔いかよ。
Yeah, this room has way too much natural light to be hung over in. Like, you need to, like, go down to, like, a root cellar or something. Put your head on some nice cold stones.
こりゃ飲みすぎたな。ふぅ。
Managed to pour myself a jug of water and down the whole thing in one go, clearing my head.
一体昨日はいつまで飲んでたんだっけか。あれからまた酒に付き合わされて、みんなしてバカ騒ぎをして、その後の記憶が。
They got real fucked up.
とりあえず寝床にはたどり着けたのか。
Halfway into my second jug of water, Kuan enters, already fully dressed.
おはよう。目が覚めた？
Barely.
ああ、
It's on life support
今
right
起き
now,
たとこ
but
だ。
具合はあまり良くないみたいだね。
Kuan, give me some medicine,
当
please.
然かな。
まあちょっと二日酔いというか頭。
そう思って
Thank
お薬を用意
you.
しといたから。
Kuan holds out a bowl in her hands. Filled to the brim with something dark green and viscous.
はい。酔いざましのお薬。
ああ
味に少し癖があるけど。
On a queasy, hungover stomach,
すまない。
trying to kill my man.
いきなり何するかな。
It's like you're doing a shot, bro. Just tilt your head back, pinch your nose. Don't let it sit on your tongue, but you know, don't let it kind of aerate in your mouth and get all vapory. Just straight back and gulp.
ようやく口に逃がし。
Ugh, it was awful. We were doing Fireball last night. I talked about it a little bit, but haven't shot Fireball in like damn near close to 10 years. The alcohol taste not nearly as bad as I remember it being, you know, because I haven't done Fireball since I was literally a fucking child. But you still let it linger on your mouth because we got the little tiny bottles. We didn't have the big bottle. We got the little bottles you get at the gas station, just individual like shot. But to do it, you gotta like pour it into your mouth, so it's like as it's coming out. So you're not able to just throw it back in one quick go. So it's like sitting on your tongue. Like I said, it's aerating. You get those cinnamon whiskey vapors in your mouth, and it's like.
お前、ちょっとどころか。
Not nearly as bad as shooting like a real whiskey, but the cinnamon doesn't make it easy.
これはひどすぎる
Especially
だろ
when it gets like that aerated vapory and it just sits in your mouth and it's like, ha.
そんなことないかな。これはお父様も感動して褒めてくれた自慢の一品なのに。
If it's that bad, put it in like a, I don't know, like a sausage casing or something so you can just kind of take it like a pill.
それは身内びいきか。あまりな味すぎて正直に言えなかっただけだ。
慣れればこの味がやみつきになるんだけど。 ハクにはまだこの大人の味がわからないの
I
か
have to take your word on that. Kuan puts her lips to the bowl in her hands.
美味しいこの深みとコクがある苦味が
I do like bitter flavors, you know, now that I'm older, and I drink nothing but black coffee and beer, so. Sitting here drinking the vile stuff down readily, I nearly gag. One thing I haven't had in a while, which I really liked, is like a coffee
まだ口の中
coffee beer, kind of like a not really a lager, but what are those really dark beers called? I can't remember off the top of my head. But, you know, a good coffee one of those, and they're served hot. So it's like it really tastes like coffee, but also kind of like the hoppiness of a beer. That's good.
確かに二日酔い
No
は
one
な
around
い
me
から
sells a good one
何
though.
の口の中をすすいでも
I know I
味
had
が
it a
残っ
couple
たま
times at
ま
this
だ
this bar in a place I was only in town for like a week. I miss it. It was good.
よく父親に飲ませてたらしいがきっと暗殺するつもりだったに違いない
Rising noise in the distance interrupts my thoughts. Some kind of commotion outside the inn? Poking my head out to find the source of the hubbub, I spy large carts parked in the central plaza. A number of new faces chat with the villagers. The people who came with a caravan, no doubt.
よーワンちゃんよく眠れたかい
It was less being asleep and more being unconscious on the floor, but sure.
記憶がなくなるくらいぐっすり寝たよ
ちげえねあの姉ちゃんが起こすのに苦労していたくらいだしな見てて面白かったぜ泥酔状態のあんちゃんを姉ちゃんが
Oops.
海外しく解放する
We'll have to thank her and apologize later.
それを言うな
いいじゃねえかうちの連中なんて今にも呪い殺しそうな目で羨ましそうに見てたぜ
Yeah.
それは全然良くないだろ
But, you know, it looks nice from a distance, but one, being drunk and having to be taken care of, not very fun. Two, being the person having to take care of a drunk person, not very fun.
まあいいところでこの荷物は何だ
Examining one of the caravan's wagons more closely, it looks larger than the ones around the village.
生徒に運ぶための荷物だなそもそも俺たちはこいつの護衛をするために雇われたんだからよ
Okay, but what's in it?
じゃあもうすぐここを立つのか
ああ今引き継ぎをしているそれが終わったら出るつもりだ
そっかってことはここでお別れか
Yeah, just for now, though.
まあ目的地が同じらし
He
いから
does have a character sprite and voice actor, so, yeah, no doubt he'll pop up again later.
もう一度聞くがよ俺たちと一緒に行かねえかこっちもそっちも悪い話じゃねえと思うんだ
Yeah,
が
we'll even let you just sit in the cart.
自分としては別に構わないと思うんだがそれを決めるのはクオンだからな
だそうだどうだい姉ちゃん一緒に来ねえか
Glancing over my shoulder, I notice Kuan, who hadn't been standing there just a moment ago. Conspicuously silent, her eyes seem focused on the caravan, quietly scrutinizing it.
クオン
ああどうかした
どうしたこっちのセリフだ
Yeah, what are you spacing out for?
都まで一緒に行こうという話なんだがどうする
ああ
It is a pretty tempting offer, you know, get paid and just kind of sit around. Kuan mumbles, seeming to nod and think for an extended
ま
moment.
あさすがに昨日の今日で考えが変わるとは思えないが
じゃあお言葉には
Woo! Money! Let's go!
よく考えてみたら先日のようなことがあったことだし安全のために
Hooray!
堂々させてもらえるのは
Road trip.
あるかな
おうそうか歓迎するぜあんちゃんたちといると退屈しねえしなそうと決まればいつでも出れるよう準備を済ませておいてくれ
Oh, good thing we don't have much stuff to begin with.
急にまたどういう風の吹き回しだ
さて何のこと
Feigning ignorance, Kuan spares another glance towards the loaded caravan, smiling faintly. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I turn to follow her gaze. In the moment I stop looking where I'm going, I bump into a really big, fluffy wall. Then I hear a female voice from above me. Burb! And pretty lady.
でか
When I look back in front of me, an enormous bird creature blocks my path, ridden by a young girl.
本当にごめんなさい。
別に構わんよ。ぶつかったのはこっちだしな。でけ
Yeah, and your bird thing.
え。人が乗ってるんだが。
よかった。行こう、ココポ。ここに立ってると、みんなの邪魔になっちゃう。
ん
Kokopo, probably the bird's name, disobeys its master, edging closer to put its face up to mine.
なんだこいつは。
It likes you! Slurp, slurp. And it starts rubbing its gigantic, fluffy, feathered body against my face.
ちょっと。なんだいきなり。
ココポ
もしかしてすり寄ってきてるのか。なんでまた。
ココポが人に懐くなんて。
いや、小動物ならともかく。
Yeah.
こんな巨大なのにすり寄られても困るって。うわ
Have you ever just had like a horse lean on you before? I have. It's like, they just kind of want to like snuggle up with you, but it's like, oh, you're killing me! Just like crush you between a wall.
巨大すぎて力がすり寄られるというより半ば振り回されて
Can't be too heavy though, it is a bird. You know, hollow bones and all. Mostly feathers. A woman's pet becomes attached to a man, and they grow closer for it. You know, this is nothing like those stories.
しかも妙に懐かれすぎな気がして
Yeah.
なんか怖いぞおい
Next thing you know, it's gonna be building a nest for you too.
じゃあこれで
I'm starting to get a little creeped out by this thing, so I try to beat a hasty retreat and... Thup, 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 thup.
ふん
It's following me. Thup, 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 thup.
おいなんでついてく
Like
る
I said, it likes you. Even as I quicken my pace, I can hear its footsteps right behind me. Tut, 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 tut. Tuck, 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 tuck. Go away, Burb.
走って逃げればさすがに
No, I doubt it. If it's someone's mount, it probably can run faster than you can.
追いかけてきやがった 頼むからそんな蚊の鳴くようなんじゃなくもっとちゃんと止めてくれちょっ
Good, bud? Even running as hard as I can outpace it. It tackles me with enthusiasm and I go flying. Oh, to just sit on you?
こ引け
And then it sits its entire bulk happily on top of me.
重くて動けん
No. The young girl looks at me with worry from her place in the saddle.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。本当にごめんなさい。
She dismounts and begins to apologize profusely.
いやそれはいいから早くこいつを何とかしてくれ
It's crushing my ribcage. Oh!
ごめんなさい。ココポ、立って。
Yeah.
迷惑をかけちゃ
No,
って
no crushing innocent bystanders, please.
だからね、どいてあげてほしいの。
Stop, stop, stop.
違うの。踊ってじゃなくて。ほら、どいてあげて。
Tug, tug, tug. She tries everything she can to get the bird to move, pushing, pulling, shoving, all to no avail.
ごめんなさい。ダメでした。
Yeah, sorry, bud. You're just gonna have to live the rest of your life with this bird now.
よいそう
Getting a running start? Gonna tackle this thing? Tug.
それは本気でやっているのか。仕方がない。じゃあ手を引っ張ってくれ。
Yeah, just pull me out from underneath. For some reason, she goes right at that request, becoming flustered.
頼む。こいつビクともしやが
Yeah,
ら
you're not gonna get pregnant just from holding hands.
わかりました
Right in the face, she uncertainly takes my hand.
思いっきりグイッとやってくれ。
I'm gonna assume Kuwan is just watching all this
いきますね
with a smug smile on her face. Stretch. Oh.
何かなってる。なっちゃいけないことがなってる。
Goodbye, all your tendons.
だからやめてくれ。ちぎれる。手がちぎれる。
Yeah. Damn, this thing must be heavy as fuck.
この子なんてバカ力だった。非力なんじゃ。
お何してんだあんちゃん。
見てわからないか。
No.
いやなんかでっかい鳥に押しつぶされてるようにしか見えなくてよ。
それ以外何
Yep,
がある。
all on the same page
そういう
now.
ならこいつをなんとかしてくれ。
まあんなことは置いといてだ。
Sure. We're already holding hands. Perfect time for a
こ
handshake.
の方はルルティエ様。発注賞であり、ここ九十里の王路である王禅殿の
Oh,
松姫様。
oh, hello.
置いとくな。っていうかそんなことってな。なんて言った。
As I glance back at the young bird rider, she hurriedly bows her head.
さん。
ルルティエ様。こっちはデートにまで一緒に行くことになりましたんで。
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Get along, will ya?
はいルルティエです
Rulutia. Not the hardest. I'm probably gonna stutter over it for a little bit, but the Lulu is gonna turn into mush in my mouth at some point.
おこ聞いていいか。
おなんだ。
お姫さんって言えなかったか。
ああ言ったな。
なんでお姫さんがこんなところに。
Yeah, some backwater village like this.
なんでも何もここ九十里は姫様の国だぜ。
そうじゃない。
Yeah, not the general geographic area. I mean this specific place. Yeah.
にある集落にいるんだ。
そりゃおめえ帝への献上品を運んでいる途中だからな。
The what?
献上品。
だからよこの国からの帝への献上品を運んでるんだ。
Okay.
姫様がいなきゃまずいだろ。
帝。
Alright, so it is kind of like
いや
the big central emperor who, you know, is in charge of everything, and then there's the smaller little, I don't want to say vassal nations, but like protectorates and whatever that offer, you know, offer tribute.
帝はこの大陸にあるいくつもの国々を全ておられる
Yep.
偉大なお方さ。その誠意は大陸中に轟き、深い英知はあまたのために数形の念を抱かせ、で、それぞれの国の王たちは帝にお許しいただいて、それぞれの地を治めているわけだ。
Alright, so it's like a fairly decentralized, you know, feudal system.
だから帝への献上品ともなれば、しかるべき立場の者が持っていく必要があるのさ。
ってことはこの子も一緒に行くってことか。
そう言ってるんだが。
Which means you're gonna be stuck with this bird for a while.
そこまで高価なものだったのか。
肉、織物、毛皮、
yum.
鉱石などなど。まあ、
なるほど。って
Hey, go for some meat. I have some leftover pulled pork I got from that party last night, which I'll probably have for lunch.
まさか何かあった時こっちの首が飛ぶようなことになったりしないだろうな。
あ？言っただろう。こんだけの人数だ。
Yeah,
襲ってくるバカなんていねえから。
no one's gonna risk causing a big international incident, are they?
いや、
They would never, right?
あんちゃんたちは気楽に旅を楽しんでくれればいいからよ。
なんか不安になってきたぞ。おい。
So we still gotta deal with this bird on top of us, yeah? I look over to Rulutia again, and she shrinks back a bit.
怯えてるって感じじゃないみたいだな。いたたまれな。
Well, you know, now that she's like aware that you know that she's the princess, you know, socially things have shifted.
ごめんなさい。
ああ、そういえば。
Yeah,
この姫さんのクソドリにのしかかられてる。
still got like a horse sitting on your chest.
もういい。気にするな。こうなったのはお前さんのせいじゃないだろ。
でも、この子は私の。
だからいいって。お前さんがやりたく
It's like, yeah, you are responsible for your little bird thing here, but this seems like a out of the ordinary situation.
しかし、姫さんね。確かにそんな感じだ。よく見ると、服や装飾品なんか。
Yep,
ここにいる連中。なるほ
a
ど。
little more frilly.
いい子だ。確かに、お姫様って感じの。
Maybe don't say that part out loud, but
お姉さんいきなり何口説いてるんだ。
何やろ。
いや、気づいてねえんなら。
it's like, oh, did I say that out loud? Oops.
なんだ、この姫さん、いきなりもじもじし始めた。
At least you didn't say that part out loud.
ウコン様、これを。
Lutia abruptly thrusts a scroll towards Ukon, as if trying to change the subject forcefully.
お父様から預かってまいりました。
As we're still lying on the cold, dirt, snow-covered ground with a bird on us,
おっと、そいつは。
Ukon accepts the scroll and unties it, beginning to read.
おい、そんなことより先にこっちを何とかしてくれ。お姫さんに何とかしてもらうにも視線を向けるとなんか恐縮されてるっぽい。
Go on, help!
違う。それにもじもじして我慢できないのなら遠慮せず言ってくればいいと思った。
姫様。どうしたした。
Yeah, what was that?
手を挙げて。
いえ、何でも。
そうっすか。確かに拝見させていただきました。
ウコン様の言うことを聞くようにと。
Okay. Simple
そう
enough.
ですかい。では間違いなくこの件了解しましたぜ。
はい、お願いいたします。
Lutia puts her hands to her chest and breathes a sigh of relief.
じゃあ、俺は出発の旨をみんなに伝えてきやすんで。
Yep, time to hit the road.
お願いします。
But first, can we get this bird to
ちょっ
move?
と待って、助けてくれないのか。
Yep. Ukon leans down to whisper in my ear.
ああ、実はな、そいつはかなりの好奇心旺盛というか、面白そうなことにはすぐにちょっかいを出してきて、
Well,
ここに来る
shit.
までの間もいろいろとやらかしたらしい。
何が言いたい。
つまり出発の邪魔をされないよう。
Few
それから遊びやって
hours?
くれ。おますまん。テータに着いたら一杯おごるからよ。
Well, let's just go to a field outside the village and
待ってこれ。
I don't know. What do you do with a big bird?
じゃあ頼んだぜ。
Play fetch? Run it around? You know, ride on it?
おい、待って。くそ。本当に見捨てやがった。ああ、いいよ。
We had horses at one of these summer camps I went to as a kid, and we'd ride them all the time. But one of the things you do too is like just take them to, I don't know, the field to graze and like run around with them.
お姫さんがしたくてしてるんじゃないことくらい。
You know, go for walks, hold their bridles, and just kind of, you know, spend time, be social with them. I don't know. Suddenly, something pokes into my cheek. Hello? Above me stands an unfamiliar person, wrapped from head to toe in thick cloth, poking my face.
誰？
Can't even tell if they're male or female. Their wrap-like robes totally obscure everything. The stranger remained silent in my question, continuing to prod my cheek inscrutably.
もしもし。 いや、お姫さんに話しかけたわ
Yeah,
けじゃ
this
ないんだ
this
が、
thing?
こいつは
Question mark?
姫さんの
Person?
知り合い
Question
だ。
mark?
なんだこいつは。
You picking a fight? It's when you just turn your face and bite their finger. And when I feel pressure against my other cheek, or poking, but this person isn't the one doing it. Something else is prodding me from the opposite side. Oh, great, there's two of them. On the other side, another figure dressed in the same mysterious clothing pokes at me. Am I being poked in the cheek by two identically dressed people who don't care to explain themselves?
なんだこれは。なんでこんなことになってる
Yeah, it's getting a little weird.
わけがわからない。
お待たせ。つい話し込んじゃった。って何をして
I
る
have
の
no idea.
こっち
I
が
was hoping
教え
you'd
て
be
ほ
able
しい
to
くらいだ。
explain, yeah.
今の子たちは
No idea.
今の子。さっきの連中。
I guess they got bored.
勝手に頬をつっついてたあの二人はどこに行った
Glancing around, as best I'm able, I can't catch a glimpse of them anywhere. And they looked away for a moment, and they disappeared right from under me.
何だったんだ
How odd. Maybe they found it strange that you didn't have any, you know, big fluffy ears. They're like, oh, what the fuck is this thing?
そっか。この子、
Yep.
ハクのことが気に入っちゃったんだね。
Even if it's a big bird, you know, it's a good start. Slowly but surely, you know, you'll be able to move your way up from having animal friends to like, I don't know, older people, like make friends with the elderly, and then eventually, a couple steps down the line, you'll be able to make friends with people your own age. Click, click, click.
やっぱ顔舐めるな
Oh, bird tongues,
頼む
gross.
頭噛み砕かれそうで怖いんだよ
ごめんなさい。ここ立って。
Lutia struggles to push Kokopo off me, but once again, she can't bring it to even budge.
ちょっといいかな。
Perhaps it's only because she couldn't bear to watch it anymore, but Kuon walks up to Lutia.
仕方のない子。あまり置いてはダメだよ。
Kuon murmurs to the bird, gently strokes its neck, and it nonchalantly stands.
ひどい目にあった
Yeah, she just established the pecking
やっと
order,
抜け出せた
that she is above the bird and it should listen to her. It's just that you're so helplessly pathetic, you're not going to be able to convince that thing to do anything.
どうしてここ私がお願いしても仲が良すぎるからかな。
Yeah.
仲が良すぎて、
Mhm.
あなたを主人というよりお友達みたいに思ってるんだね。だから遊んでもらってるって勘違いしちゃってるのかな。そうなの？
Yeah, too much carry. You need to start whipping that stick around.
はじめまして。私はクオン。あなたは？お名前。
Yeah, you got one, don't you?
いいかな。
Be weird if you ran into two people in 1 week who don't have names.
ルルティエ。
Well, hello there, Lutia.
ルルティエさんね。よろしくね。こちらこそ。可愛い子だね。
Yeah, it's crazy, almost. Ha
ど
ha
こか
ha.
の姫様みたい。
One whispers in my ear, most likely so Lutia can't hear. So I whisper my reply back in turn.
まるでじゃなく正真正銘この国のお姫さんだとさ
おお、本当にそうなんだ。
Yep.
通りで。
確かに
If it walks like a duck, it swims like a duck, it flies like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's probably gonna be a duck.
あ、そうだこの子も一緒に都へ行くらしいいやこの子に自分たちがついてくって言った方が正しいか
うんうん。一緒に。
So it seems.
うん。ルルティエさん、私とお友達になってくれませんか？
Wow, it's hard to say no to such a blunt, straightforward offer like that.
いや、かな。
いや、いいのか、クオン。お姫さん相手にそんな軽々
I
し
mean,
く
we're gonna be traveling with each other. It's better to be in good terms than not, yeah?
いいの。この国のためじゃないから関係ないかな。
いや、向こう側が気にするんじゃないか。
そういう白こそ気にしてるようには見えないな。
何言ってんだ。こうしてちゃんとお姫様として敬意を持ってるだろ。
I mean, besides, like, bossing her around, telling you to get her bird the fuck off you,
ま
but...
あ何も覚えてないせいか、身分とかお姫様とか言われてもあまり実感が湧かないのは確かだな。
ねえ、ダメかな。
Yeah! It's good to have friends. Lutia shakes her head rapidly, clearly anxious.
どうしたらいいのかわからなくて。
Yeah, it's a little hard to explain.
そんなこと言われたの初めてで。
Just kind of hang out, talk about stuff, enjoy each other's company.
いませんでしたから。
Do whatever, really.
そっか。お姫さんだから。その身分のために友達がいなかったんだ。
じゃあ初めて同士だね。私もお友達と呼べる人はいなかった
Ouch!
から。
We're fucking standing right here.
だから
At least say, like, female
初めて
friends.
同士。
まあ、クオンだからな。
Yeah, she's pretty abrasive, huh?
旅ばっかしてるせいでぼっちになってしまったのか。意外な気もするが。
I mean, you put it better than I did.
納得させられ
Ah,
痛い。
skull.
本当痛い。なんで締め付ける？
You're gonna get a weird shaped head from all this squeezing you're getting on your temples.
私の初めてのお友達に。
You're gonna get a head that looks like one of those, like, oblong, you know, shaped gourds where it's pinched in the middle. Saying that, Kuan offers her hand to Lulutia, smiling gently. As her tail death grip around my head tightens dangerously.
おい、割れる割れちゃう。
もちろん。でもお友達って何をしたらいいの？
Like I said, you just kind of be around each other and enjoy it.
お話とかお遊びとか何でもいいんじゃないかな。よろしくね。
Kuan keeps her hand held out as she speaks.
はい。こちらこそ。
Hey, friend, get.
友達になってください。
Rutia bashfully reaches out and squeezes Kuan's hand. It's a heartwarming sight. It would be touching, even. If I weren't being crushed by a vice on the side.
なんかいい話っぽいけど、本当痛い。
He says as his eyes are popping out of his skull like it's, Total Recall. And really going up the road. Oh. Got to warmer climates too. But with that, ladies and gents, we've reached like the 2-hour mark, and I'm hungry and I want to have that pulled pork. So that is where we're stopping here for today. Once again, like, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode of Utawarerumono, Mask of Deception. Catch you guys there later. Bye.